with coverage you can count on. This is the Erie News NOWCAST.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Haley Potter. Thanks for joining us for tonight's edition of the Erie News NOWCAST. We continue to search for answers concerning a flight headed for Erie but took a long way to get here. Here's what we know so far. An American Airlines flight from Charlotte, North Carolina was scheduled to land here late last night but was diverted mid-flight. Passengers we spoke with today say the pilot of the flight wasn't able to see weather information for Erie. According to Airport Director Derek Martin, weather reporting is handled by the Federal Aviation Administration, not the airport. According to Martin, this is handled outside of the air traffic control tower, which is not staffed 24/7 because of staff cutbacks. In regards to the weather system, this tool is controlled by FAA and across the nation. Martin tells us the airport never received a call from the pilot looking for weather updates.
Somebody wrote a note to us. Sorry for your poor experience on your trip back to Erie Airport. The airport has operations staff on hand 24 hours a day. On September 1, September 2, there were no weather conditions in Erie Airport. American Airlines and all airlines have access to 24-hour staff. The airline contacted us during regular operations, particularly through the winter months. Earlier this week, United Airlines landed at 3 a.m. in the morning due to weather conditions throughout the United States, and there was no weather issues in Erie. So the airport was available for people to land. They chose not to land.
In Pennsylvania, the ban on eviction has officially expired, and elected leaders are urging Pennsylvanians to apply for emergency rental assistance. On the Erie County Courthouse steps today, they gathered to raise awareness of the Emergency Rental Assistance Program. The money is given to landlords to cover the cost of rent and utilities. Erie County received a total of $17.7 million in emergency funding, and so far a total of $11 million has been distributed to 2,300 households. Patty and Bill McCommons own 23 units throughout Erie County. The program has served as a financial lifeline, helping cover the cost of rent for their tenants who have struggled to pay their bills.
It's been a godsend, really. People get so far behind, you have to look up to see bottom. But this has worked quite well.
For more information on how to apply, you can head to our website and click on the link to this story. But however, in New York, their eviction moratorium has been extended. A New York State Senator representing Jamestown is speaking out against the state's decision to extend its moratorium, saying the move hurts good renters. Last night, the Democratic-led legislature voted to extend the eviction and foreclosure freeze for tenants who fell behind on their rent because of the COVID-19 pandemic. The legislation now puts evictions on hold until January 15th. Under the legislation, courts will be able to look up whether a tenant has applied for rental assistance or not. Landlords are able to file for an eviction against tenants who are a nuisance or have inflicted substantial damage to the property. Senator George Borrello and Assemblyman Andy Goodell, who represent Chautauqua County, voted against the measure. In the end, Borrello says this is only going to hurt the good tenants who actually pay their rent. New today, former Erie City Council President Sonia Arrington is now sitting in prison. Today, she started serving her sentence for stealing from the charity she founded in her son's name. The 54-year-old reported to a federal prison in West Virginia, where she will be for about the next year. In 2018, she pled guilty to stealing from her Mothers Against Teen Violence, or MATV, organization, taking $70,000, which was donated with intentions to help end youth gun violence. Instead, she used the generosity of the community to gamble at Presque Isle Downs and Casino. She also defrauded the Social Security Administration out of $30,000. And with kids under 12 not being able to get the vaccine yet, schools aren't the only ones concerned. Theaters are too. The COVID-19 pandemic has closed the curtain on a lot of shows and left theaters nationwide empty. Tonight in Times Square, the curtain went up on Broadway. However, right here in Erie at the Playhouse, a new cancellation because of COVID-19 concerns. The first youth theater performance, Tuck Everlasting, was set to open in November, with auditions being here next week. Those auditions are canceled for now, and the show will be at the end of January. Kids can't get vaccinated like adults can, so the executive director tells me it's best to keep them off the stage for now.
Schools reopening and seeing the Delta surge and the predictions that the surge is going to get larger as children are going back into school, we felt that the best way to be able to protect the kids that we work with and ensure that we were able to do a safe production would be to move it until after the new year.
But other shows will continue at the Playhouse with COVID-19 safety protocols in place. I'll tell you more about those tonight on Erie News Now at 11 o'clock. One local man took it upon himself to take a step above and beyond to honor the service members killed in Afghanistan last week. His efforts go beyond words, instead offering hours of hard work, dedication, and determination. Take a look at this video. Lance Corporal Michael Powell says after the attacks, he started a daily Facebook post honoring each of the victims taken in those attacks. But he decided talk was cheap and he wanted to show his respect with his actions. So he spent hours today walking in Corey, carrying the Marine Corps and American flags. He says the fallen service members gave their lives, so this was the least that he could do, and he's urging everyone who sees his story to take a moment and count their blessings.
Love your country, love your family, and love your neighbors. Love everyone, because that's the key to our country's success.
Powell joined the Marines after seeing the 9/11 terrorist attacks on the TV in his 7th grade classroom. He says as the 20-year anniversary of the attacks approaches, every American should remember the people who've died that day and the thousands more who died in the decades since fighting in the Middle East. September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, and the Jamestown community is coming together to highlight the importance of finding a cure. Yesterday, Jamestown leaders raised a flag over City Hall to show awareness. During the flag-raising ceremony, local survivors spoke about the cause, including Falconer native Sydney Kriskanko. She explained that once cancer's over, it doesn't stop there. At age 21, she will likely need a knee replacement due to the side effects of her treatment.
Because I was on steroids for 2 years to counteract the cancer treatment, all of the bone in my knee was dead. There was no blood flow able to go through my knee, and the result would be I needed a surgery to take out all of that dead bone and replace it with bone grafts. I just had that done at the end of July, and unfortunately it's not working all that well.
On Labor Day, Callie's Crusade is hosting a fundraiser to help local kids and their families struggling with cancer. It's happening from 9 to 2 at the Bemis Point Golf Course and will feature a motorcycle ride, run and walk, cornhole tournament, and more. Thanks for joining us for the Erie News Nowcast. Join us for our next news at 10 p.m. on the CW and 11 p.m. on WICU and WSEE. Have a great night.